podcast like this? Who gon' bring it to the table? Boss talk. Who your girlfriend favorite? Boss talk. We gon' do it how you want it. Boss talk. Yeah, everybody on it.
Check it. It's a unique house. It's your boy E-CEO, and I'm here with the lovely, amazing, official Miss Jamaica. What's going on?
Nothing, my dad.
Man, hey, it's a beautiful, wonderful day. We made it to see another day, man. And I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of people didn't wake up today. But we are here, man. And check it, man. We got a guy here today, y'all. He really don't need no introduction. He been grinding for a long time, man. This is one of our natives, man, here in the D, man. Check it out, man. My boy Throw there says in the building.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, man?
Man, slow motion.
Welcome to Boss Talk 101, where the bosses talk, man.
Yeah, that's what I came to do.
Say.
Talk like a boss.
Yeah.
Hey, you better, you on that stage now. Just
Yes,
like when
sir.
you crowd that mic, you on that stage, baby. So what's going on with you, man? Just tell us, man. Let's get into it, man. What you been up to? No,
let's go back.
you want to go back? We always go back.
But I'm so curious. Are you that throwed? Why you just have that name throwed essay? You that throwed?
Yeah, so when I was a kid, that's something me and one of my boys, he don't rap no more, but one of my boys growing up, we that was a term we would use because it was thrown around in the Mexican rap community, being throwed, you know what I'm saying? So
Okay, so it's not anything you did that it was like, man, you throw.
Nah, but I don't just, I don't attach it to just one throw thing, you know what I'm saying?
Or was it because I handle my business because I think I deserve to get thrown?
No,
that's the one that really, you in Texas, nigga, don't play me. I know what's going down, man. Everybody said throwed.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Jay-Z even said throwed. He tried to even say throwed.
It's the lingo.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a dope name. So originally from what side of town?
I'm actually, I was born in Carrollton.
Okay.
Right. I grew up in the city probably till about like third grade, and then we moved out to the country. So I grew up the lion's share of my life in Ennis, Texas.
Ennis, Texas, man. That's going
the country.
down.
Out in the
Country,
sticks.
niggas race cars out them. They got a couple of race cars come through there.
They get fast cars. It's a lot of money out there. They doing a lot of good, positive, big things out there.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's growing.
So growing, how was it growing up in Ennis compared to growing up in the inner city? Because I know once you got up and started looking around, you could see the difference in the way you was raised versus just growing up in the inner city.
Man, to be honest, it was. I think it being in a small city amplified everything more. So although you would think it would slow everything down, because that's the thought process of the parents move their kids out from the city, because I don't want you growing up around this shit. But it's because it's so small, it's amplified and everything. It's a lot easier to get into what you don't want people to get into, because it ain't but a few places you can go find your issue. So,
But then in a country, to me, you can't keep nothing a secret. You know what I mean? So
That's the
anything
other
you
thing.
getting in trouble, your parents gonna hear about that in a heartbeat and try to nip it in the bud.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, I don't necessarily. Yeah, I feel. That's true too. But you still,
I think he over there by Palmer. He going to that drive-in.
Right. Yeah.
I like go every time I go through. I'm like, man, I want to get back over to drive-in, man, one day, man.
See, I've never been to a drive-in here in the United States. I've been to
Well,
drive-ins
they
back
open
home.
every weekend, or
I think so. Don't let me lie. I ain't been to the city.
hit that thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
We finna hit that thing. You want to go what, Sunday or?
Anytime you're ready.
I was trying to wait till the Chevelle get fixed. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That SS getting fixed, man. I'm finna pull up on that SS on them boys out there.
Yeah.
That's up by Enos. One of them boys might think they got something. I got to pull up on them boys.
So did you have any siblings?
Yeah, I got an older sister.
Okay, so
Yes,
just two of
ma'am.
y'all.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you were raised with your mom and dad?
Yep.
Okay, that's
dope, man.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, just to have a story, man. So, when did you learn that? Hey, man, I'm about to. I know I'm for the rap. I got to rap.
Right.
I got to do this.
What inspired you?
So my mom's side of the family is from the East Coast. They from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So all my family from the Harrisburg, and I got some family in the Bronx as well. So that there's a 1 hour line between where they all reside at. My mom's side of the family, one of my older cousins, they moved to Memphis, Tennessee, for a few summers. And when he came, they would, and during the summers, everybody would come together, and he would come back from Memphis, and my older cousin would be freestyling his ass off.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's cold. Like, how you doing that? Like, how you just thinking of things to talk about and all that.
And
so,
how old were you at that time?
12, 13, right? So, once I seen him do it, I'm like, man, I know I can do this. So I just started, writing. And then around that same time, around that same time or shortly thereafter, there was a independent label that came out of Ennis called Deep South Tycoons. That was funded, and they had made BET. One of my partners actually was like the lead artist on the label. He was on BET. He hit Billboard, all kind of things. So between the mix of that and then seeing somebody that was from where we came from actually be able to accomplish, something to a certain degree, I was like, all we got to do is work. If we put the work in, we'll get what we're looking for.
Wow.
Yeah, that's cool to see that from that young
The
age.
consistency, right? And I think it's dope the fact that, hey man, he bring the whole, the brown into this thing. Like it's brown when he come on the show. Like I love, crossing over cultures. I like the men, places where we need to try to figure it all out. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the times, if we work together, we'll move faster.
Yeah.
And we gonna need each other too. We definitely need each other.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because at the 100%. End of the day, man, we got a tough uphill battle when it come down to setting standards of how to change things for our people. To be honest with you, and if you look in our culture and you go look in our prisons, you see nothing but black and brown. Right. And it's you got 40, 10. Right. Really 40. It's really 50, 30, 20, something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's for sure the blacks, we overpopulated because we cutting up every day and we don't know nothing about the law a lot of times. Right. So when you go in that courtroom, you be looking like, damn. Yeah. Woo, wow, damn. But then at the end of the day, things are changing. Right. What you think?
Changing in what aspect? Because the subject we on, with the subject we on, real quick, Free One Gotti, he come home in 5 days.
See?
Free Tutu.
Oh, they coming
Free
home.
Lil Street.
Some of them.
Street and 2, soon, but Gotti come home in 5 days. But yeah, changing how?
When I say changing, meaning we're finding ways to be entrepreneurs in a system where you never had that before hip hop. I look at the whole global thing. I know I'm old, so I know when hip hop came on the scene. Right. When really entrepreneurship is what it is. Right. I think that helped elevate a lot of different people. Right. Made a lot of different millionaires, black and brown. Right. Reggaeton and all that different music, man. You got to understand Pitbull a fool with it. That's a whole movement. Yeah. So you got to look at the fact that these things didn't coexist. Before that, it was country, nigga, and a little bit of R&B. Right. And it was very limited. You had R&B, soul. You had what's that boy name that the one that Sam Cooke. You had different people that was making it. Marvin Gaye. But then you could count them on one finger. But when this hip hop thing hit the scene and these rappers started taking it crossed over to different countries. It elevated our people in a way that I don't think people really pay attention to. Most of the time what people do, they look at the bad and they focus on the bad before they focus on the good. Right. I'm being real with you. Yeah. They don't focus on the good like that because at the end of the day, it's easy to look at the bad. Right. That's the easy way out. Right. Looking at the good mean I got to do better. Right. Right? Yeah. I see Throw the Essay roll up and he might be in a Bentley or something. You know what I'm saying? And then I got to go get me something. You feel me? I'm motivated by that instead of hating on that. You see what I'm saying? That's what supposed to be happening. Right. But a lot of time people look at that glass half empty instead of half full. Right. Well, how you get? He must be doing this. He must be doing that. They automatically. Right. Not he a businessman and he an entrepreneur and he can figure it out. For sure. I couldn't. Right. You get the same 24 hours in a day that Throw the Essay get.
Yeah, we all get it. What you gonna do with it?
Exactly. So what was the first song that really just popped for you, that really you felt like it made some waves?
Man, that's a tough question because I don't pay attention to anything but personal waves, right? How they made me feel, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So my first song, when I made my very first CD that you can't find anywhere, that meant a lot to me because we would run through the school and sell the CD for $3, $5, and you know they would go like hotcakes. And some of my friends would come back in between class and, hey man, I need another 10 CDs. They gone already. I need another 15. They gone already. But you know, I mean, just like sports, man, you every shot is, you know, your last shot's your best shot. You know, your last game's your best game. Whatever you put up in the last game, that's what counts. So I'm making my best music right now. Yeah. Right now, the last project I like that Rich Off Rap, Slide, the record, the mixtape me and Baby Bounce put out, Pressure. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy from the West Coast. Yeah, me and Splurge just dropped on World Star to get on my level. I was rapping you know what I'm saying? You gotta get on my level. Hey. I've been wilding out like Tim Delgado.
Hey, yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I be wanting to hear that. You know, I told Supreme today, I said, you get throw there, say to make me a Hispanic. I want it in Spanish.
Right.
Intro.
Yeah,
I need that, man.
Yeah, that's easy.
He said you could do it.
That's easy.
I need that. So when Boss Talk come on, like I'm gonna put a whole segment in the middle of it where I might just rock out to what you doing. So I got some segments I want to do.
Right, for sure.
But I wanted to flip and change because I think I try to do things that others aren't doing. You know.
Right. But you got to do it in Spanish and English because if you do it just in Spanish, you won't even know what he's saying.
No, I'm cool with it. I'll learn. That's what the problem is. We're not willing to dig down.
Yeah, right.
Now I want it in Spanish. I'm going to learn that thing.
Yeah, whatever it is, I'm going to be talking that cash.
I already know it. It's going to be fly. Sure. And then I'll figure it out. And then I'm really going to be bad because I'm going to learn it. Yeah. Right. So how do you ever use that? The diversifying of the fact that you're bilingual and you're able to take it there?
I don't.
Why don't you use that?
Because I have a fear of getting placed in a box. I got a fear of getting pushed too far over that line, where it's like, oh well, no, we don't want you to rap. You don't rap in English no more. Just rap in Spanish. It's like, nah, bro, I'm kicking your ass in English. That's how I want to do it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I know you could, you know, depending on who's in front of me, if you can go to the Spanish side and you want me to kick your ass on the Spanish side, I'll do that too. But English is that, you know, where I grew up at, this is a true representation of my environment. I didn't grow up talking Spanish when I was running the streets and doing all that. I'm not saying we didn't have no Spanish lingo. I definitely talked Spanish, especially at the household, you know, and with some of my partners, but for the most part, it wasn't, you know, I don't walk around talking Spanish, you know, all day long. So I grew up on the English.
And that's so crazy because I remember the girl that worked for us. Shout out to Stephania.
But there's a lot of Hispanic that go through that same thing where, to me, their parents are not teaching them Spanish.
Right.
They're only speaking English. And then to me, it's like everybody else wish they could speak Spanish. Like I tell my daughter all the time, you need to ace that Spanish class because right now to get jobs or in music, you say put you in a box, but to us, it opens up other doors. Right. You know, it's like it crosses over into other avenues. And your box is just English right here. Right. Compared to you doing both languages. And if you even learn a third language, your box get even bigger and bigger and wider. Right. You see what?
No, for sure. Yeah, it makes sense. It's just that I be, you know, part of it is me wanting the acceptance in a game that I shouldn't necessarily be seeking validation in. I already know I'm cold. I know 9 out of 10 people that get in front of me can't write like me. You not line for line, we go dissect my shit and I dissect your shit. I'm talking about I got punchlines, I got some shit that's gonna make y'all, man, that shit was crazy. And whoever's on the other side of the table ain't gonna be that. So part of it's an internal thing that I gotta get away from, right, personally. And then also something that I gotta build is me wanting to stomp around in that land. You know, because I do have those internal aspirations, like you say, a third language. I'm intrigued by French, so I want to learn how to, you know, je m'appelle au service, je voudrais le petit déjeuner. Like I want to learn how to really be trilingual and continue to grow and build. But it's just you gotta dig deep and
you gotta want it
and want it. You know what I'm saying, all the way. And right now I don't want it enough where it's gonna. If I go do it, it's gonna be half-assed, and I can't. My brand is too important to me to half-ass anything.
Yeah, dope. I sit back and look at how you guys, you know, the entertainers that come through the Dallas market. How do you feel about the Dallas movement and the music right now?
I think that
this boss talk.
Yeah, I know it. I think that we need to. I think there needs to be more action, right? And what I mean by that is my shit on.
It's all good.
What I mean by that is, we got to be willing to, for the people that's really putting in work, right? Like, I'm not saying you just got to offer this information to anybody, but anybody that's seeking the information, that's serious, that's looking at, hey, how do I create myself into a brand and be an actual independent label in today's music game, offer up that information and create those avenues and stop giving the bullshit excuses of, oh, well, I can't put you on, this because of X, Y, and Z, or I can't. Nah, bro, let's just call a spade a spade. This is music business. Highlight the business for everybody that needs to understand that there's a business piece to it, and help them understand, hey, if you don't have an advertising budget monthly, you are doing yourself a disservice. And the people that are quote unquote the internet be arguing with theyself amongst theyself within the city of Dallas and Texas and so forth and so on. Like those people, offer this information out to people and give them a clear cut direction on, hey man, if you're not at least doing X, Y, and Z, you hurting yourself, right? And offer out that information and just be available, man. I remember when I was I caught the backside of the CD era, right? And I used to go, and I was willing to, even at that time, even though I was check to check, I was struggling, I was scraping the pot, I was doing anything and everything to invest in myself. I would still get turned away and not even be given information, whether it was because of my race, we don't listen to Mexican rappers, we don't support that shit around here, or whether it was because people that were in position and in quote unquote power, or what they thought was power, they would just try to hold their nuts on me and we're bigger. We ain't got time to have a conversation with a small fry like yourself. Okay, cool. But my thing is just like, bro, ain't no one in the city of Dallas right now has attained or reached a Yo Gotti, a Rick Ross, P. Diddy, Steve Rifkin, whoever you want to call that can actually make a phone call and get somebody a check cut. We don't have that in Dallas right now.
Why do you think that is?
I think that it's the lack of information.
Well, we got some people here that have the money. Yeah, the money is here.
Is it?
Yeah. The money is here. I mean, the resources is here. The Waltons and all them people are here. Are we not impressive enough? Do we not know how to communicate? You got Sam Walton's daughter over there worth $40 billion. You got Jerry Jones here who working with DeRoe. Are we not doing the right business deals? I'm a businessman. I'm a hustler, nigga. And I see the problem. Don't play that. The money is here. Don't play like the money ain't here. It's not the money. It's the ambition and it's the desire and the drive and it's the know-how. Right. You got to step up to the plate. You got to be able to get into these rooms with these billionaires. Right. And have conversations and know how to present yourself. Right, but see that's okay. Okay, so that's where the disconnect is, because the rooms you get into here in Dallas, they're not music centric rooms. It don't have to be. Yeah, but it's different whenever you get into a room of people that are, everything in here is essentially music driven. They understand the music business. They know how to profit off of it. Now we're talking about artists in Dallas having enough business acumen to be able to communicate, hey, this is the field that I play in. If we do X, Y, and Z, I can help it benefit your field and you can make some money off me in the process. That's a tough thing for anybody to digest. You know what I'm saying? Like, let alone being able to create your own business plan for the business that you desire to be in, but to be able to go and take that business plan and help it translate to somebody like a Jerry Jones that he don't give two shits about a record company. Yeah, but if you go to a businessman with a business proposition that is going to pretty much benefit them and grow their brand of what they're doing, right, they're going to work with you.
Businessmen see numbers.
Exactly.
They look at you and they see, you got
to convince them that it's there.
Exactly. Yeah. They look at numbers. Sometimes they don't even care about what you do, but it's just how you can project how much they can make.
For sure.
Correct.
For sure.
I'm in them rooms, so I know I can walk in a room in a heartbeat.
Yeah. For
so
sure.
when you've been in them rooms, you know that the opportunity is there. But then my biggest dilemma is, I don't know if I can trust to put a person in this room of this magnitude and put my trust in the fact that they're going to be dedicated enough to push through this vision that I'm presenting.
Right.
That's my biggest issue. I can get in a room, you know what I mean, and say, hey, man, we could do this. I could have been and got in a room where we can do this and say what I got to say to these certain individuals. But I just don't have the trust in the talent and the drive that I see. Yeah. So it's like I'm not going to embarrass myself by putting all my nuggets on this certain individual and this certain platform and then saying, hey, man, this is going to work. I'm going to mess myself up with my connects. Pretty much is what I'm saying. So I gotta be able to see that drive in you. Most of the time when I pray about it and I start dealing with these individuals and I'm willing to take it there, God showed me that it ain't what I need to do. For sure. Because the person they flop every time. They flop like a fish out of water. They show their true colors. Right.
Yeah. See, that ain't like for me with the thing that the vision that I have for the Dallas scene and my end game is I don't want to cut a check for you, and I don't want to introduce people that can cut a check for you, because if I don't teach you how to fish, you will not continuously eat when we part ways. So just like the music game is so exposed now to the point of if you know what to do with the bag and you know how to go get the bag, and then nowadays, just like you said, there's so many opportunities, resources. Like I don't know how much people actually pay attention and study the game of music, but I pay attention to everybody. Okay, so if you ain't watched this, go back and watch Russ's interview with The Breakfast Club. He left $1 million jewel in there. He talked about business financing and being able to go get a business line of credit. Yeah. Which is it's very simple, and what I mean by simple is like within a year's time you can accumulate 100 to 200K in business financing without having the best of anything put together, right? If you do your research and you study. So for me, the end game is teaching people. Number one, mastering the program of, okay, how do we do this? Okay, I'm gonna teach you how to go get your financing. And then I'm also, in addition to that, I'm gonna show you what advertising looks like and knowing and understanding advertisement, right? Because some people, they'll get to, like even the ones that pop, right? And I don't know everybody, the in and out of everybody's situations and what they got going on, but major artists still gotta spend advertisement dollars, right? So if you got a regional or a local hit, quote unquote hit, that's on the radio, and the radio in Dallas start supporting it, that don't mean stop spending your money to make yourself bigger. That means dump into it more because you already got the support of one of the biggest radio markets in the U.S., right? And I don't know that we understand that. I don't know that we understand that, hey, this, when you want to be a brand and an entity or whatever you want to be, advertising is forever if you want to be alive out here.
Oh, most definitely. I know that big brand could be here if a person really wanted to be that person, if they really shopped around and built those resources. Because everybody not like throw their say. They need a platform where they can stand under an umbrella and say, you know what I mean? Yeah. I need this. So how would you? Are you willing to sign deals now in this day and time, or do you like the independent route?
Man, I want the independent route. I'll take a partnership or something like that, but you got to really be able to show me something that I ain't already figured out through trial and error. I done spent so much money. It's like, what you like? Show me, and be able to give me a clear, direct answer that's gonna, communicate. I'm a direct communicator, so I need you to tell me straight up. I don't need no icing on the cake, man. Let's cut to the mustard and tell me about what it is you can do for me, or you can't do for me, and be realistic.
So you mentioned that interview that about financing. How long ago did you watch that interview?
The interview's less than 30 days ago.
Less than 30 days. So you have started implementing what he has said in your life? Yeah,
I had already been working on that. But the fact that one of the biggest artists in the world came out and publicly stated that, I'm like, bro, like for me personally, it reaffirmed like, okay, you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know that you can be your own bank and not have to give away your masters and do sign yourself into a deal where people start feeling the type of way after you blow up. You know, but like shit, if you don't want to feel no type of way about you getting 30% of your money, then go put up the $200K yourself. It's possible. You may not just be able to make it happen today. It may be 24 months from now. Are you willing to stay committed to your craft, work on whatever it is you're working on, and be the best version of you within the next 24 months so that when that time does come, you can execute?
Right. Because a lot more people are becoming, are staying independent right now.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Well, because it's, the music is, 1 million streams, $4,000.
Right.
Download. Come on.
Yes, sir.
And that ain't a lot.
It's not.
So a lot of capping going on out here too.
But although I'm
trying to figure out how much money people really making, or how are they doing it? If you don't have no merch, if you don't have certain things going on to where you can pretty much strategize selling tangible items some kind of way, is Instagram just cap?
I ain't any boy pocket to tell you.
I'm just being real. Where is this money coming from?
Social
is it coming from the
cap.
street?
Yeah.
Is Instagram? Is Facebook just cap? Is TikTok just cap? Is it a lot of dancing and fronting and stunting and pumping and jumping and really you go back home and you look down and say, "Damn,
I'm fucked up out here." Boy, I need somebody give me a slice of bread.
Because you hear these people, they putting their money up for the videos, and shout out to all the people that do it because they're bosses in their own way, because they're putting their money up and basically pushing and paving a way. And it's really, you gotta glamorize it just to get people to even stay interested in it. Unless you're very, very lyrical and you're able to do things and dissect things in a way to where people are gonna pay attention to it. Right. Most people don't have that talent. A lot of this stuff is trash out here. Y'all ain't ready for that. This stuff need to be. We gotta push. We gotta push harder.
Right.
And I think there's a lot of people, a lot of homeboys, look in the car with them, listening at this stuff and saying it sound good.
Right.
When everybody else, it's too much auto tune on it, or it ain't got enough auto tune on it, or it ain't sounding right. The engineering sucks, and ain't nobody. The homeboy ain't telling them that because they just want to try to ride with them because they ain't got no car.
Right. They just want their verse. Man, let me put me on the next.
So this is what's going down. Like a lot of times, there's not a lot of money that I can see that people are really, the shows, unless you're a big artist.
Yeah,
the show money has been kind of
it's
funny.
Light, yeah. So I tell, man, when people, here's one thing about me, you can hit me and I'm gonna shoot you straight. And I tell people all the time, it's artists inbox me all the time, upcoming artists, and I'm like, bro, listen, I need you to make a decision if you really love this, because you're going to be upside down for a little bit, right? And when you upside down, the toughest part about being upside down is you don't have the luxury to stop. You have to keep going. I don't give a fuck what it costs you. Now, make decisions, right? If you got, because what I don't want these boys doing is don't let your baby starve over having to put a video out, but you cannot stop. So if that means you swallowing your pride and motherfucking having to go get a 9-to-5 or whatever, you need to have you 3 or 4 hustles. That way you can be upside down for a little bit if you want to take the independent route. Now, if you want somebody to sign you and they put their money up and shit, then all you need is enough to get enough exposure. You can pay a few blog sites and hopefully somebody comes into you, hit you up and say, hey man, I'm gonna put the money up for you. But even that, I know real life deals right now where people don't put up 30, 50K and they, hey, you want to buy this artist? No. No, y'all went into that blindfolded. It didn't even think this shit all the way through, thinking that 50,000 was enough. It's not.
It's a lifestyle.
And it's just, so you got to make the decision. How long, is this for real? Because if it's for real.
How much does it take?
Man,
it's a lifestyle.
Man,
just told y'all that.
It's documented from artists that's significantly better than me that I look up to. And Young Dolph, rest in peace. He was on document saying 250 to an M to push one record. Of what I tell everybody now.
It's a lifestyle.
What game do you want to play? Are you trying to play high school ball? You want to play YMCA ball? You trying to play in the big league? Because the big league come with a, with
a price tag.
It come with a price tag.
It's a lifestyle. I'm gonna keep saying it. At the end of the day, I love life too, cause it steps up to you too.
Right.
Life step up like this, and it be like, man, what you want to do?
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do? And
Right.
it put it in your face too.
Right.
Like, you good? No, you ain't good.
Yeah.
Put it on Instagram.
Right.
Put it on YouTube. I ain't getting no views. It sucks.
Yeah.
And you still trying to tell somebody to put it on. Let's go put it on half paint.
Yeah.
Let's go put it over here so we can make it go do what it do. Let's go. But it ain't gonna do what it's gonna do, because you got to do more.
Right.
You got to do better.
Right.
Let's go. Just try to get it on on the storyline.
Yeah.
Hey,
And I'm gonna go back to this. Look, even if you are, because hustle will beat skill if skill ain't hustling, right? If you hustle hard enough and you don't got it, because we done heard some artists now.
Who?
I like
Come
that.
on now.
Say it again.
Come
Say it
on
again.
now.
He said hustle.
The hustle will outlast the skill if the skill don't hustle, right? So if you got enough hustle, you can get out here now.
Take that.
But again, then you got to think about this shit just like a business. Coca-Cola is one of the biggest brands in the world. They still spend advertising dollars like it's nobody's business. Why?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. You got to do it. I'm gonna be, and you can fall too.
Oh yeah, you
Let
gonna
me tell you
fall.
something. I done seen some in this business, and over the last year of traveling, going to Atlanta, going to Vegas, going to Cali, going to Houston a couple of times, going over here, going over there, going to East Texas, going to Louisiana. I've seen a lot of people, and the people I've seen, some of them y'all know,
Right.
household names. They in the back now.
Yeah.
They back in the back.
Yeah.
Say, man, what's up, man? Nah, I ain't gonna do no interviews, man. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't got nothing. What I'm gonna talk about?
Right.
Because they don't have nothing. Because at the end of the day, they something bad happened. A depressive state pushed them into a corner to where one of the homeboys made it and the other one didn't, and he on like hell right now.
Right.
And then the other one saying, "Damn, he left me.
Right. Right.
Damn." This is happening.
Right, nah,
I'm telling you, I'm
100%.
having
I already
conversations,
know.
and it's
I
not
know.
easy,
Trust me, I'll be
man. It's
around.
not easy for people to. I've had them right there freeze.
Right.
It just messed me up. I can't believe it happened to me.
Right.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
And they still ain't got over it.
Right.
So what do you do? How do you keep going when things don't just go exactly the way you thought they would, and people don't ask for you.
Yeah.
They don't even want a picture no more.
I mean, you just said it.
You know?
You just said a minute ago. Life gonna look at you.
Life
gonna
ain't
look
playing.
At you. It's gonna look you up and down.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's gonna see what you really
Stick
talking
your
about.
chest out, nigga. What's
come
up?
on, yeah.
Life is the best teacher in the world.
And everybody ain't the same. Some people will use that and be like, I'm going to prove it to everybody that I can succeed.
Yep.
That I'm going, this ain't no failure. This is motivation.
Right.
But you have some people who take it and cave.
Uh-huh.
Can't deal with the
100%.
pressure. And I look at that like, if you cave under something like that, then go ahead and change your career. Do something else.
For sure.
Because it's going to keep coming. It's going to come
Gonna
even
keep
harder
coming.
later on. And if you cave under that, it's just not going to work for you.
Right.
Man.
And it's 100 ways, man. Like, I love what I truly love what I do. That's why I do it consistently, and I'm hungry for this.
It takes passion.
But it's a million ways to be a millionaire out here, man. You got real estate agents that live like what we wish we could live like. You got mortgage loan officers that live like what we wish we could live like. You got sales, district managers, like for big box corporations that you must make some good money. So, you know what I'm saying? So you ain't got to be in love with, just if when it looks at you and you realize it ain't this, that's cool. Go find something that you really love and, push it to the max.
But you know how many people out here are in a career that they don't love? They're just in it for the money. They're just in it to pay the bills,
Right.
supply for their kids. They just go to work. They hate going to work every day, but they just go because they have to.
You got to.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, yeah, you got to understand, man. Hey, man, these boys, man, they don't understand this grind and change. You looking for a 360 deal, you ain't got to worry about it. It ain't coming.
Yeah.
Your 360 time is over. Everybody want to talk about 360 deals. Them deals already done.
Right.
They got a new thing now they doing, man. Where they tell you they gonna be there for you. It's a dream, man.
Right,
Everybody happy for a season. Ain't nobody pop.
They shelling smoke out here.
So what's next for Throw the Essay in the music industry? What are you coming?
He need to bring somebody under him. He ain't got no little underdog. That's just basically he need to put somebody, one of them young boys on them, and let them ride the wave. I'm sorry for answering the question for you. That's what he need to do.
I know his name is Throw the Essay. Not.
I'm throwing essay number 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, nah, that's definitely coming, man. I definitely want to go the executive route. It's just a timing thing, man. Like again, I'm very protective of my brand, of my time. I got children, I got a wife, I got people that require X amount of attention from me, and music in itself, the industry in itself, requires a lot from you, just for me as a personal artist. So I know the extra weight is gonna be added. So it's just a timing thing for me, but I'm definitely working on that. Have active conversations with the gentleman I do call my team, and it'll come. I mean, but for right now, if you need any games, I'm here.
Do you think you're giving the music industry 100%
No.
right now?
No.
How is it possible for anybody to give the music industry 100% when you have a family? Is it possible?
No, I think it is. It's just you gotta make some of those. You gotta make some tough decisions. And there was a time that I did make decisions like that. There was a time that I did miss birthdays, and I did. I had tough fights and tough in-house times where this shit was a hurricane at where we was at. But today. I won't. I already did that. I'm not doing it again. You know what I'm saying? So, but through all that, it was necessary. You know what I'm saying? And I only say that I'm not giving it 100% is because.
I was about to ask you why.
Yeah. I say I'm not giving it 100% because I kind of found my flow for what I need to do, and for me, the key is consistency. That's been my whole thing is just consistency, and my brand. I'm not looking for me to be in 120 countries tomorrow overnight. If it comes, it comes. But if not, I'm gonna sit in the pocket and I'm gonna keep hitting these threes, and I'm gonna put I'll put my legacy up the way I need to put it up. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a time where I would look at this person, that person, and I'm like, damn, bro, I want it to go like that for me. But you know what I'm saying? Like I can't rush nothing that what I'm saying. He dictates that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I just got to play my position.
Shark Gang. What does Shark Gang represent to you? What is that?
Shark Gang is a representation of my OG from Houston. One of my OGs. He was one of the first big guys that gave me took me up under his wing all the way. You know what I'm saying? It's a reflection of my guy Poncho V. I met him through Baby Bash. Baby Bash saw me online. He reached out. This was at a time where he was on fire too, and he just showed so much love and was down to earth. So he brought me to Houston, brought me around some people, and then Poncho V had a hit record back in the early 2000s called Nasty Girl. And so I'm, on the Mexican side, I'm super familiar with who he is and what he's done and what his resume is. So we were his record label at that time was Salty Water Records. So I made Shark Gang and put in just stamped it on me like, man, yeah, man.
Yeah, I
my
saw
boy
the
gave me a
necklace
shot.
says Shark Gang.
Yeah. So
let me ask.
He gave me a lot of games. So it's just I'm a super loyal guy, and
that's cool.
That means when anybody slows down and give me energy that they didn't have to give, it means the world to me, and I'm super appreciative of that, because I done had the door closed on me so many times for no reason. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay.
Well, what about Supreme? What does Supreme mean to you? Because I know when I talked to Cam Capone News, and that's how I found out about you, to be honest with you.
For sure.
Because I was asking him, how did Supreme end up at his house?
Right.
Or at his studio? And he was like, oh, I don't remember. And then he was like, Supreme, yeah, Throw the Essay, and he was over there.
Right.
So how did you and Supreme link up, and what's that all about?
Yeah, so me and Supreme been familiar through a producer that I knew. Shout out my boy Fetty. He been on me about knowing Supreme and locking in with Supreme.
How long ago?
It's some years ago. It's been a while, but we never really caught up. But anyway, we would pay attention to each other. Let's just put it like that. And once I got as of late, like I keep hitting little strides and little key highlight moments for my career. And after one of them, Supreme reached out to me. We got on the phone. He congratulated me. We had a little conversation, and he threw something at me, and then I threw something at him. And without hesitation, again, energy, Supreme made some phone calls for me and got me on the phone with some people that I've been trying to hunt down that wasn't nobody. And I know some people. Yeah, he got me on the phone with some people that I know other individuals could have put me on the phone with, but chose not to. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. So ever since then, we locked in, and yeah, bro. Like Supreme, down to earth. He leverages his resources for me, and that's
a part of his managing technique that he utilizes for you. Mm-hmm. So if something going down, he one of the guys that you can call and he gonna make it happen, or he gonna call you and say this here is happening.
Right.
That's dope, man. So because I know K Breezy, she rock with him, been rocking with him for years.
For sure.
And you rocking with him, and I think that's dope. And I think it's one more guy that he told me about, but he always talk highly of you, man. I think that's dope that you guys have had a relationship for over years now, right? Yeah, that's dope to have that connection, man, to have the unity, right?
Yeah.
So what about the top 3 artists of all time?
I was just about to ask that.
My top 3 artists of all time.
Dead or alive, any genre.
Number 1.
Man, Impact.
Number 1.
Impact to me, I would say Big.
Biggie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You and Mike Jones both.
Number 1. Mm-hmm. Number 2.
I say Biggie. I say I'm gonna say Biggie, M, and I'm gonna go current with Gates.
Oh, okay. Gates. So yeah. Biggie, Eminem.
Yeah.
Boy, I had some controversy on there about that. Boy, Eminem dope. He got lyrical. You going for lyrics with Eminem?
Why did you pick Biggie? Why did you pick Eminem? And why did you pick Kevin Gates?
Biggie was the first. So when I started learning how to rap, I would memorize other rappers' music, and it was always Big verses.
Not Tupac.
No, it wasn't. I fuck with Pac though, but it wasn't like he didn't. I really rocked with the shit Biggie was putting down. So Big, and then M, his lyric, like lyrically, I don't care what they got to. I don't care what they talking about. None of that. M, not a better artist. And if we talking lyrics, M is at the top of the list. I don't care how they feel about it. It's M.
Okay. I could really give you some smoke on that, but I'm gonna let you make it because I just don't agree with that. I'm not saying that I'm not, but I think out of your list, I think Kevin Gates the hardest out of all of them.
Yeah.
I'm talking about lyrically and everything, and his persona and his intelligence and the way that he handled that mic better than Biggie.
Yeah, for sure.
But that hurt then when I said that. Yeah, niggas don't want to hear that. I'm from the South, man.
It's good. I fuck with Gates heavy.
And Kevin Gates go hard. You know what I'm saying? And he a family man.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, a black man keeping a family together in these day and times, I respect it to the utmost.
Yeah.
So for him to be a family man, that's gonna put him at number 1 on my list.
Right.
And for him, the lyrics and his voice and his cadences and the way that he come off is thorough.
Right.
So I feel like out of all them 3 artists, I can't say Eminem because at the end of the day, he came into a culturistic thing where he got his own. I can't relate to his issues, so it's hard for me to try to figure out. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. But have he been successful? Yeah, I think the red carpet gets laid out for him a little bit more easier too than a Lil Wayne or somebody like that.
Right.
I'm just being real for me. I think he gets the red carpet. He gonna get the red carpet every time because we're in America, Jack.
Right.
I'm not trying to play with this thing.
Right.
But where my guys come from, the guys who got it out the mud. I'm definitely if I go up New York, I'm an old cat, so I'm going there being Rakim, something real throat. So at the end of the day, those are the big homies. You know what I'm saying? But down south, it's Kevin Gates going there. It's going down through there on that list you just gave.
Yeah, easy.
So, but that's what the top 3 is all about. Really, it's people get to give they because we need to know where things are right now.
Right.
And I think that top 3 helps us to know where each individual feels things are for them.
And some people come up with some names, like new names, because they're inspired by some of these new people who coming up. So this is your choice. This is your opinion, your top 3.
And I just gave my opinion on your top 3. That's all I did.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have picked those top 3 because I'm Pimp C all day long, baby.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I can play with your top 3 all day long. Kevin Gates gonna be at the pinnacle of that thing.
Yeah. For sure.
Where can people get a hold of you if they want to try to book you for a show, if they want to just try to get you to come and do an interview, or just trying to get at Throw the Essay? How would they get at you?
Yeah, everything is at Throw the Essay, spell it proper, and then it's THROWEDESE. And then you can hit my profile on Instagram if you want to live. You want to talk to me live. We got some booking numbers in there. You can get a hold of us. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure it's official.
Already, man.
Yeah.
So did we leave anything out? No. You sure? Mm-hmm. We tackled them all?
No, we did. So look, this is what
let's go. You for the rap?
Nah.
Yeah, nigga, you better give me my 16 bars.
Yeah.
Nigga, I turn the beat on right now. Don't play, nigga. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Nah,
they'll love it.
Look, so cause we on Boss Talk, I want to make sure I make this clear. Because we had this, we slightly touched on this conversation when we was on the phone, E, and the Mexican artists, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really want the things to change for Mexican artists, and I don't want to go into the long debate of whether I feel like we are getting a look or we not getting a look, you know what I'm saying? But I want to be clear. Make sure we working. Make sure that the music is fucking fire so that they can't deny it. Let the music speak for itself, but educate yourself on the business, and shit is not free out here. You can't go into Walmart and get what you want at the price you want. It don't work like that. That's not the world.
Wow.
This is a business, right? And I wish somebody would have told me this 10 years ago when I first started hitting the pavement, or 5 years ago even. Somebody would have just sat me down and said, stop fucking walking around looking for a handout, bro, and get on your shit. Because if they ain't gonna give it to you and you really want it, then that means you gotta hustle your ass off to make it come to you. And that's what I did.
Wow.
Right? And that's what I'm doing each and every day. I'm always looking for game. I'm always learning. I'm never too smart. I'm not never too cocky. If anybody got some, I get around someone and they got some shit that put on the ground that I need to pick up, and I'm going to slow down and pick it up.
Already. That's dope, man. For you.
Do you ever try to reach out to any other Hispanic rappers and be like the younger ones coming up and try to like educate them and stuff like that?
I definitely have had conversations. I've been engaged and I've engaged some. But at the same time, I'm in my own world and they're in their own world. So it ain't something that we slowing down. So that's why while I'm here and I can take that little clip and make this shit go do what it's supposed to do. I want to do that and make sure I highlight that because the business side of the music is where we lack and what we need to be stronger on. And Google will tell you how to build a house if you take the time to look for it.
That's
and
right.
don't get discouraged by people when they put you down because they feel like you don't belong in the music industry.
Yeah, everybody ain't gonna love you. Everybody ain't gonna think your shit hot. That's okay. What do you think? You know what I'm saying? And if you are checked, trust me, I've been robbing Peter to PayPal to make this shit happen, to make it look like it was something that it never really was. I had times like that. So if that's what your current situation is, but you love this enough to where you like, man, in 5 years from now, I'm still gonna be a rapper. 10 years from now, and I got a daughter and she 5, I want her to know that her daddy or her, if you're a female, her mama out here putting in this motherfucking work. Then take this shit serious. Google, learn, ask questions. Everybody might not give you an answer, but some people might, and shit, whatever they give you, apply it.
That's real talk, man. Hey, man, Throw the Essay, we love you, bro. Love your energy. We once we get you in, you family. So, whenever you got something that you dropping, a project, or if you trying to get somebody to be noticed, and you say, hey, E, this person is a good one, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me know if it's something that we know that's really where that work ethic is that you just spoke on.
Right.
Because a lot of people don't put that work ethic in. They just they want it and don't want to put the work in to get it. So we got to make sure we deal for that, and we don't want to just water these. This platform right here, man. We loving the vibes.
Yeah.
We're getting the right people, man.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you for coming on Boss Talk 101 where the bosses talk.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Check it, man. It's been another great segment of Boss Talk 101, man, where the bosses talk.
And we
Yes,
out.
sir.